Grand Rise. It is Friday. I want to say before I get started, I'm Burdine. I'm sure everyone knows that by now. Burdine Nickens. And I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for watching and tuning into my channel. I want to say thanks for the thumbs ups and the likes and all the good vibes you send my way. Today, I want to briefly speak to you about some religious beliefs, okay? I know it's controversial and all of that, so I am I'll be mindful of, of everyone's thoughts, and their convictions and all of that. So, this is to those uh, who believe and think they have it all together. Think that this is the way it is. This is the way it's been for generations, and this is how Mama did it. It's how Daddy did it. It's Grandpa, great great grandpa, and those back then. That generationally passed down behavior or attitudes about religion, and religion is a very very broad topic. So let me just keep it to, and I'll always deal with my experiences and what has happened to me and how, which way I'm going. So that may help someone because, like I said, it's probably going to be people that already have their ideals and their ways and that won't be changed, period. Then there will be people who are kind of always wrestling with something about religion. So that's this is for them, those who are struggling and going through things. What I have learned, and this has been very very tough for me. This has been a tough year before, but all good because I do believe that there is a higher power. There is a higher entity. There's a greater love, and a greater level of consciousness. This is what I have learned. But before I got to this level, I will say this, and that is that I was always traditionally, well, I was brought up in Baptist, and that was good, for those days. And then I moved from that to, when I was coming up, we were allowed to visit any church, to see what everybody was doing, which that was good because that gave me, liberal liberty, uh, to freedom to be able uh, to accept what was in my heart or what was coming to me. So somebody may say right now, well, she doesn't go to church. You're right. Not now. But it's not necessarily that I'm against church at all, because this is what I know that is beneficiary about church. It is a gathering place where people come together. And sure, the spirituality, the religions, and of well, what I'm trying to say is that what I hope to say is that when they come to church, many people have strong beliefs, and those beliefs are, that that's Jesus, and he died on the cross, and that wasn't for him, that they wouldn't be here now, and he loves everyone, and he's up there with the Father in heaven, and and that's all good, because it's not really teaching anything evil. But the thing that can be probably a problem for people is when you see one person as being the person that's going to have to do everything for you, and then you don't have to do anything for yourself, and you look to that one person as your redeemer, that they will be the one to take all of your problems, all of your cares, and hey, that's something that I have to deal with, and everything. because when I go back in the Khemetic records, which is everybody has been studying stuff out of Egypt, and there's been a lot of information that's been hidden. And a lot of that, when you look at it and you compare the notes and you go really, really and studying the history, you will find that a lot of this is taken from Haru, and which is which is they call it Egypt, but it is actually Kemet. Back the black name for it is Kemet, but the modern people call it Egypt. So that tells you that a lot of names have been changed, a lot of places has been changed. Some stories have been, reinvented and told this way and told that way. But for the most part, I want to say that church can benefit people who want to gather, a group of people for, businesses, different businesses, for informing and keeping up with stuff and keeping a tradition, and all of that. But what has been lacking is that there, especially the Khemetic people, which I say Khemetic, I may use it interchangeably with blacks. What they have not been able to do is establish their own communities. And, everybody, I don't care what color they are, they deserve to have a community of their own. They deserve to have things of their own. They deserve to live in peace without any other race bothering I'm talking about anybody, whether it is Jews, the black Jews, or the ones who invented themselves as Jews, or whether it is the Hispanic, or whether it is the Japanese. Every person is here for a reason, I believe. Some people may different from me, because there have been some mean people in all races, and since there have been some really horrible people in all races, some have been way worse than others, and that's what many times that we end up focusing on, and we have to not do that, except for to find a place where we can get peace in ourselves. You know what I'm saying? There may not ever be total peace in the world, but we have to have peace within ourselves to be able to map out a a pleasant day for ourselves, a pleasant day for our family, and things like this. But back to the focus of the church, what I'm saying this right here, the church should be able to take their money and establish something for their community. They've never done it. They have not been able to do that. First of all, they're kind of confused. I mean, it's okay to fellowship and love everyone else, but when you miss out on your own self and you see your people are hurt more than any, you see yourself of being, your people have being more devastated with all types of disasters and lacking in knowledge and all of this. When you come together, you coming together and you're excited, and you happy, and all of this is going on at that moment. Then so many people leave right out of there and come out here and hurt people worse than people that's out here that's already on the streets. You understand? Not putting church down, but I'm just telling the truth, and I believe in truth. I really do. Even if the truth whipped me down, I believe in truth. But I would love to. I love to see people doing better. I love to see people happy. I love to see people getting an understanding and being wise about what it is and where they want to go. In life, and we don't always know, because sometimes it's just like that. We don't always know what tomorrow will bring, but we know that this minute, and then there are some philosophers who would say there's nothing else but the second right here. And that would make some sense to me, because right now I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to you about, I do love for people to fellowship and come together, but I have been to places where churches where that people didn't want you to sit next to them. But I mean, we all go through things. I mean, a lot of people feel like because a person go to church, now they have become God themselves, or they become Jesus, and it's not like that, and there's a lot of things that we need to really think about when we're talking about worshiping and all of this here. Yes, I know that there is a higher entity. because I have had some encounters. I've had at least 5 encounters. I had a couple of visions. I heard a voice audibly once, and no, I'm not totally crazy. Sometimes we think, oh, she's in voices. I know that girl didn't have it all, boy. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Now, with that said, let me tell you this: you can't judge what I am and who I am by the picture I have up here. This picture I love. This is a picture. I mean, you cannot see it right now, and I'm not been fool with this thing moving it back and forth because I'm gonna get a station back at all. I'm not that savvy with technology as I would love to be. I could be, and I'm heading that way, hopefully. But I won't do that. But I'm on the picture. It's a big Bible, and it's in Psalms. I think it's Psalms 115. It's the longest book in Psalms, and then it also has two angels on each side standing up and all of that. That doesn't mean I believe all of that. Just because that picture is beautiful and because I got that picture up there, I like that picture. That's why that picture's up there. That is a pretty picture. And it matches the stuff in my house, in this room. It's all the same color. And I'm not that superstitious these days. I would love to have Haru. I would love to have the Ankh up there. Oh, yes, baby. Oh, yeah. I don't have that right now, but I do plan to get it. One day I saw a beautiful picture of a black queen, the prettiest picture I ever seen in my life. I've never seen another one. They wanted $100 something for it. It was in Helena, Arkansas, West Helena, actually. And I came back, the picture was gone. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh no, my picture gone. I've never seen a picture more beautiful, more lively than that picture. That's the picture I would love to have up there. But I didn't get it because I only had a little money at that time. And if I'd have spent $100, that would have been, I might have had a problem getting back on. I would have stopped big folks again. But anyway, let's get back. And so, like I said, I don't really like to do these long shows because, they're good and they're entertaining, but people have to stop what they're doing. And sometimes it's hard when you're multitasking to really get what a person is saying. So I'm just going to sum it up and I know that when I'm talking, because I'm talking from the heart, a lot of times it's like, okay, why can't you just stay with a point and just drive it on home? Because there's so many things in a point, so many things in what I'm telling you. And that is that each person has to make their own, seek out their own salvation for their own soul. I know that in the Bible there are to love people the way you want to be loved, treat people the way you want to be treated, that is. That's a good thing. Don't steal and don't lie and don't cheat. You know that is good. I mean, you don't even need the Bible to tell you that, because when something happened to you like that, it's destroyed. But the Bible itself does have unless you decide that you're going to create a book by the divine entity, by the Holy Spirit, or whatever you refer to the Most High. If you are going to do that, it has to be along in that line, because that is what has stopped everybody from tearing up everything. Order is what I'm telling you. We have to have order. So I'm not saying that I'm 100% for the church, and I'm definitely not 100% against the church, because I believe in right. I believe in doing, having an order, because without an order, you're chaos. You're chaotic. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to not have a particular way to do things. Everything is done by some order or some format. Everything. I can't go in there and cook a cake in the kitchen and not have a bowl. I can't go in there and cook a cake in the kitchen and not have the ingredients to go with it. So for that reason, I'm telling you that no. But now the Bible does tell you where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I'm in the midst. I do gather with with my with certain ones, to discuss and to I don't know what this is. Every time I get on the video, my nose itch right here. Stop messing with me, whoever you and whatever you are. um Now, so what I am saying is, if there should be some way to keep remembrance of a pattern of working with others, getting along in communities and family. And it starts really at home, but a lot of times it's missed there. And it should come in school. A long time ago, we did have those patterns. Now, nothing is 100% right. But a lot of times we're fussing and raising sand and getting angry and all upset about stuff that we really should not be. Stuff is not as bad as we make it. We are the creators because from the most high creation, we've developed that creation. We are creating things every day with our mind, how we feel about something. Our mind can make it really, really, really worse, and it can make it really better. And I'm sorry about using really, really, really. That's a habit. Um, so I'm going to conclude with no, I do not like a ritual of a document that I do not believe was really for the Khemetic people. Uh-uh. No, I don't. I don't. I think that has caused some problems, but that is too deep for me to go into right now about the problems that I feel that has occurred because of the European system that we encountered upon coming to America. I'm not going into that because usually I try to hide from all controversy, but I found out they won't let me hide. The supremacists, or whoever is running things, the media people, they never let me hide. So I cannot hide. I have to be who I am, and I have to tell the truth, because I'm working on a book, but I'm also finding out some things about when you're trying to do things on these computers. These computers are sending things to here and sending things over there and messing with your stuff and not really asking you and giving you time to say, yes, I'll do this, or no, don't do that. I was typing on my book on a computer that I had purchased. It was, it wasn't new, but even the new ones act up and showed out. It sent stuff to my phone. There's a copy in my phone here in my settings on my book, my first two paragraphs, but I didn't write them exactly the way I want to write them. I knew that. I said, because this is a trial. And then sometimes people will wait till you do all your good stuff and then they'll snatch it or something. And I know it seems very paranoid on my side, but I come from old school and I learn a lot of things and I know a few things about, spirituality. I know a few things. I can't tell you everything. I never can, because like I said, it's too controversial and I'm not prepared I don't feel like arguing with people. I'm learning peace and patience that I can sit and look at somebody who talk about me, call me everything except the child of God and look at them and say, like Jerry Falwell used to do. Yeah, I see. But see, I'm not really there. I might turn around and say, you little, who does you think you talking to? I do not play that, but I'm getting past it. I really am. But until I do, I don't want to do like some people break out into one of them crazy spells on where, they're not showing everybody who's watching these videos. I know they're not. And then I would hate to have billions of people because they're going to show you like 10 folks watching your stuff and there may be 10,000 watching, you understand? And so I don't want to be, well, let me put it like this. I'm going to do like Run the Burn and go back and say, I want to come off as, a person who is loving, which I am, a person who's understanding, a person who has compassion, a person who will pray for you, a person who will love you in spite of where you are and where you need to be. And so that's what I try to portray and give. And not only that, I try to put that in my heart. I try to have that in my heart every day, in all the ways I walk and go. I try to live what it is that I talk about, and we all fall short, and I ain't talking about that little sorry song about I ain't good enough because I'm good enough. Okay, yeah, listen. I want you guys to have sometimes some things I think about and I get so tickled and I love that about me. But I want you to have a blessed day. And, I know you're saying, she doesn't do anything but Ramo. But you know there is somewhere, there's a little meat somewhere in there. Because really, many times you got to give folks milk anyway. So take the little milk or the little meat or the little cookie or the little cheese or whatever and do the very best you can with it. And when you are going to church, I would ask you to try to show real love. But if you don't have it in your heart, it's not there. And that's where we have to find your, that's where you have to find your place, and I do believe that our churches can do a whole lot more for us organizing and using their money wisely. That money is not for you to vacation and enjoy yourself and forget about all the people and their medical bills and their um, burials who are unable to bury and all of that, and I know that some people are not, they don't have the knowledge, but you should seek the knowledge. Seek those who are the most wisest, those professional people. And that doesn't mean you got to always be talking to black people to get that. Sometimes you got to talk to other folks to get some, good information about what to do and how to establish. We don't have all the information. No one has all of the information. We are looking at records, back in Egypt. We're Kemet, we're looking, and they even had even more African names than that. Egypt is Africa, people, and but we also are having to work together on some levels. But the Chinese got their own little places. The Hispanics have their own little places in their little areas. What about us? Why can't we have our own little places too? So don't think that you got to be. You can always come back together with your white friends and your Chinese friends and your other friends, and and be loving and be respectful and be kind. But we need to be together. We need to do our stuff when we are together in a loving way with one another. How the devil we gonna love everybody else and can't even love ourselves? It is us who's killing one another sometimes, because we're probably saying, well, you know what, they better off anyway, because this is a miserable place to be when it comes to racism and wars and all of this. But there is another good side, and we've got to get to that good side of the stuff. We have to get to that balance of it, and that's where we need to be getting in. Even with the church situations, we need to be getting to a balance. And most of the churches, well, they're going to take my members, or I can't get together, or they hard to get along with. And that can be true. I don't know. I don't have a church. I mean, I do have one, but my little church is only consists of 2 or 3, 4, 5 members, and everything. And maybe I'll talk about that too in my book some, that, once I can find a good clear path to get it out there without somebody messing with stuff, stealing stuff, and and doing all kinds of stuff. I've learned so much until that I have to deal with that inside of me, that I have learned about the system and the people who operates it and all of this, and then who to trust. I'm not after hurt anybody. I'm not trying to kill him, because if I was, I know I'd have to be the first one to go. So if I was going to kill you, and I had to put the bomb inside of me and get right next to you, and we all go together. You know what I'm saying? I already know. I know how it goes. Okay. But hey, I know I sound kind of crazy to some people, but just take this as love for me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I would, I can't, like I say, go into all details a lot of time, because sometimes if you say what you know and you put that out there, there will be a counteract before you get it started. That's why I don't always tell stuff in details, and it seems like rambling, because it's kind of like code. I talk in code. If you listen, you know that I'm talking by a higher power. I'm not speaking my stuff. I'm speaking what's been given to me. Okay? I love you, and be blessed. And now, and also, some people will say, well, if you love me, why can't you do that? Now, if I don't know you, I will not represent you. I got to know you. I'm not representing you on my channel or anything. I don't know you. If I know you and I saw this is a person that does, trying to do everything they can to help everybody, and, and they're for their people, and they just want to be able to do commerce, or, you know what I'm saying? I have to know something about you that is, reputable, that's, that's credible, And so I don't represent anybody, but the ones I show is things about them that I like, and not saying them 100%. Now, those are the people who are representing themselves, okay? So have a great, great day, and I'll see you next time, okay? Keep smiling for me. Bye bye.